All right. I had to make a video today. Welcome. This is my next video from the last video. My last video, I got really sidetracked because I got something stuck in my mind. Like, what I was doing was wrong. I had this idea that I came up with all this theory. I came up with all this research and was putting all these pieces together. And then I wasn't quite sure. I saw some other videos. I was a little filled with doubt. Tonight, I saw a guy named Wise Up. He does videos on all kinds of rocks and what have you. And he said he was wrong. He was doing some stuff and he thought it was one thing. Now he thinks it's another thing. And he gave me the answer. I think I was wrong too. But what he said really fit what I was saying, what I was coming up with. Um, he said these rocks could have been wood, petrified wood. How about that? Um, and I think I'm still sticking with a lot of this stuff's artwork that looks like turned into rock, because I can still see remains of the art where other people say, "Oh, you're crazy." Well, that's separate. I could still see pieces of art, um, and it would make sense, I guess, if they used wood at the time, to carve heads and faces and animals and all kinds of stuff. And I couldn't understand how this artwork would be all cracked apart looking. But it makes sense if wood would sort of, maybe just decay like the way it does. Anyway, let's get on with my pictures. Does anybody see? Okay, so my point. Does anybody see a dog right here, or a head dog? There's a face. Anyway, so what I want to talk about, I want to show some of these rocks again. Maybe that yeah, it could be petrified wood. That really would explain a lot. Let's see. That looked kind of neat. There was a rainbow coming through here. It looks like there's, uh, you know, I don't want to get. The clouds will be a separate video. But now this I'll show real quick. This is another. Well, this isn't really a theory, but I've seen it with my own eyes. There's there's factories on the ground that put out a white substance. I don't know if it's. I don't know if you could call it smoke, but that becomes clouds. No doubt about it. Now I don't know if all clouds come out of a factory. Um, but that's a topic for another day. Today I just wanted to I had to make a video cuz I've been working day and night studying law. And this has been the most fascinating topic. It's opened up so many doors. It's in my my mind. But then I started feeling like before I started looking into the law was this real convoluted. It was almost like when if you read the Bible, when you're young and it's boring, it's dry, you can't really get through it. And as you get older, you know, it's easier to, you can relate to it. You have to have some sort of foundation to understand what you're reading. Uh, Now the Bible's like, it's like a kid's book. It's like the daily. It feels like it's more accurate than the daily news. I don't think the Bible's that old. But anyway, let me stay on track here. Okay, so the law, before I got into really looking at it and you know, it grabbed my interest, I knew right from wrong. And the right from wrong I knew then, the same as now. It's and I got to thinking, like, I've spent so much time reading all this stuff. Oh, also because I got legal problems. That kind of was my motivator. So it seemed like I don't know what to do anymore about law. I've come, I've read so much. I'm not. Last time I was in court, I didn't know anything, and I completely got just like steamrollered. And while I'm getting steamrollered, I'm looking at the people, and they're all sort of, uh, you know, lack of a better word, lying to me, lying what they're talking about, lying, and not even like, not good, not trying to. Well, I don't know if they thought I couldn't tell. I was polite about it. I didn't say anything like excuse me, I hear what you're saying, but you're lying to me. I didn't say that. It was such a weird experience. Like, more like they were actors, and I was at a play, and I didn't really want to disturb anybody and say, hey, I know you're really an actor playing a part in a play. I got my ticket right here. It, it's kind of silly, right? So now I think I took the whole day off of reading my law books, and up until today, I've been feeling this like tremendous pressure to learn as much as I can, as fast as I can, to know it all. And I think when I was a kid, that was an insult to be a know it all. But I wanted to be a know it all. And oh, in my last video, I wanted to show Vat City the same kind of rocks. I wanted to establish some rock credibility. Um, yeah, and there you go. If this was a piece of wood, that would make sense. You could drill a hole in wood. I don't know. I don't know about this. I know they got square, rectangle drill bits for wood. Um, so anyway, this law stuff started to feel a little boring. Like I just needed a break. I don't know. Maybe I was just burning out. Um, but once it becomes self-evident, like when the truth is self-evident, I don't even know how to approach this anymore. I'm thinking about doing something radical, but radically different with court this time. And maybe try to call, like, have a Zoom meeting or something with the lawyer and the judge, the other lawyer. Um, and just speak to him honestly and clearly and say, well, look, this is what this is, this is how I understand the law to be? If it's not like this, how is it? And I'm just going to speak to him with candor, because I'm not going to play dumb, and you know, I don't want to go in there and like, with like some kind of surprise attack, because I don't know anything about court still. I mean, it, for all I know, everybody in there could be cousins, and it's not what I think at all. I know how the rules and the law should work. Now this is neat. That definitely looks like, I don't know what that is, but like a fluted cop. I don't know. Um, so yeah, that's my next my law project. Everybody that talks about law says this is not legal advice. Um, I I don't. Any advice to me is legal advice, because it's legal, illegal, whatever. It's just right and wrong, and if the the court situation is a place where people can do wrong and pretend like they're doing right, well, I want to talk about it. I'm going to say I'm not going to pretend like I don't see what's happening, but I don't want to do it. Well, fortunately, it's by Zoom. Um, because it seems like a lot of the people that teach law have been locked up, and I think I'd have a little more confidence, with that buffer of being in my house than standing in the courtroom next to the guy with the handcuffs with the jail in the basement. So that's the approach I'm going to try. I'm just going to say, hey, what's what's really going on? This is what's happening. I can't pretend like there's other. I don't want them to think, I don't know what's going on, and I want them to know that I'm not going to let this go. I'm going to hold people accountable, or they're going to have to come kill me or something. Cause, but I'm going to be as nice and tactful and never say anything like that. I just want to, let it be clear that I am not a fool. Last time I was in court, I was the fool. In my mind, I was kind of just spectating. Um, but if you stepped out of that whole arena, I would have been the fool. and, you know, and I want to make it clear, I'm not a fool. And don't, I'm not going to say it like this, but I don't want this guy to talk to me. Like, this lawyer has lied. It's all he's doing is lying. And his lies are about as good as a 5-year-old kid who's trying to deny he stole the last powdered donut with a big smile on his face. And I don't really have time or feel like I want to even entertain any of this stuff. But I don't want to be mean about it or create any more of an adversarial situation than I have to. I mean, because this guy he wants to get paid. He wants money from me. This is like a contest. If he wins, he gets money. But I want to let him know that if he loses, I get his insurance. I get the money. I want to be clear about that up front. That just like the way other lawyers would talk to try to work out, like two lawyers try to work out something before court. When you're not a lawyer, it's a little, it's a little fuzzy what to do. Um, but I'm gonna approach it like how they approach it. Like, most people presume when two lawyers like try to negotiate, I mean, they're friends. It's all pretend. It's like, but I wonder what happens when it's when somebody comes along and says, "Okay, I know what you guys are up to. How can we work this out?" Well, and anyway, that's what I'm gonna try to do. So here's some rocks, and yeah, they could be wood, and they could be statues, and all kinds of stuff. And every park on the East Coast, or I don't know, I shouldn't say that, but around Maryland, has buried train tracks somewhere. Like, just who knows how many, like, what, civilizations ago. I mean, we've got this major bridge. I'll get a picture this winter because there's a tree in front of it that like ruins the whole thing that I'm trying, the whole point. But there's this bridge that's unbelievable. It's got maybe five arches, like cutouts, for one's for a road, one's for water, and then there's one for a train that's not being used anymore. And it's kind of mind-boggling, that there's this whole roadway system, highway system. Like, that's the one thing I have not seen anybody show yet, is like a vehicle. There had to be vehicles not that long ago that aren't around anymore. It's kind of neat to think what they might have looked like. Like here, still, I have no idea what the. Oh, okay, so my theory was, if it's not wood, maybe they had a 3D printer that they put in some kind of you know powder or liquid, and it hardens into this, and it's all like 3D printed. Because what is going on? Oh, well, I'll show you where these things are also made to fit together into these mosaics. Like, you'd have mosaics, like mosaic tile work. How come this won't go? Okay. Like mosaic tiles that are on like a screen, when you got like a bunch of little tiles. Imagine that, but with giant rocks. Not giant, but well, yeah, yeah, giant. When it's all said and done, these things are giant. Sometimes there's a cloud right in front of the sun. I'll get in. That'd be another video. Wish I could flip that. That kind of looks like a mouth, and so this is kind of an interesting phenomenon. See this cloud here, and the two clouds. I don't know if you can see the cursor. It would seem like the wind pushes these clouds around, but I've seen them come towards each other. Like, so I don't know. I don't know how you explain that. I don't know what that means. Oh, this wasn't very interesting till I heard that Wise Up said this could be petrified wood. Look, this here, that kind of looks like it could be a head, maybe a body, and in this creek, whatever, it looks like somebody just dumped tons of just stuff, just dumped in here. So I mean, it's not impossible. It's all random kind of stuff. So, and this could be like a head. That could be a head. This could be a statue. That's why I feel better about this whole statue. Uh, I mean, artwork theory because yeah, see right there. Um, these cutouts. These could have been fake. This could have been a wall. I don't know. Oh, so that's another thing here. I don't know what that is. That looks a little more modern. But is that a head right there? Okay, moving right along. And I gave away my clue on the last video that I was seeing this artwork along the highway on these retaining walls. And it's 100% I didn't know what I didn't know it was wood. That makes sense though that it could be petrified wood. But I'd have bet I mean, I was a million percent sure it's artwork. Like just no different than tiles on on a screen. Like if you got little 1 by 1 tiles, but in 12 by 12 sheets. That's what I was seeing. But it was like it's impossible. But I've got examples of where like you'll see. I'm gonna show that are you know it half fell off, so you can tell it's definitely like a facade over something else. Just why would you put a facade of giant rocks on something? You wouldn't. But if it was art, that's a different story. Doesn't it look like two eyes and a face? Kind of. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We must be in. Now this kind of looks like. Mm, it's more random clouds. Yeah, there's that dog head. Now this is not random looking. If nobody if if okay, there's no doubt about it. If it, you know, this could be a little maybe space turtle or something, air turtle. But that is a dog's head. Okay, yeah, here's one of those. This is where they make the clouds, right there. I mean, you know, you don't have to be smart to see what I'm seeing. If you sit there long enough, that will go into the sky, and it'll still look like that, and it'll move around, and it's like clouds. I don't know how else to put it. That almost looks like something. Again, they make crazy shapes and forms, and okay, we're back to this. Now everything to me is starting to look like wood. It makes sense. That's why I was having so much problem with these guys talking about everything's melted. Come on. You're not going to melt anything into right angles. This looks like one of those tiki heads. And it very well could be out of wood, that it's now rock. Right? So that's another thing that Wise Up was showing these giant heads that were artwork. I mean, I guess people thought, oh, maybe it's giants, but more likely it was art of a big statue. I don't know what that is. See this? I don't know. I thought it's oh, wish I had the screen a little better. Well, yeah, I don't know what this stuff is anymore. I'll show some better ones. I don't think you can change where the screen comes in. So that to me looked like well, I don't know what it is. All right. See, these look like giant heads carved into a wall into the side of a mountain. And now I'm sure they are. That was probably a wooden structure, I guess. And I get, the faces are kind of messed up, but I still see eyes and nose and but yeah, I get it. People see faces in trees, but yeah, I don't know what all this one is. But I do know this. People talk about the different discolorations. Well, some of it's paint. Some of it still has paint on it. I don't know what this is. That's kind of neat. But a lot of it could just be retaining walls. Like, just, you know, they might have had Home Depots like 10 times bigger than the ones here with like all kinds of stuff. Like, who knows? Who knows what this is all about? Yeah, when those guys were showing the melted stuff, they showed something like this, and I'm thinking, come on. And then one of the guys said, and if you're seeing faces, you got pareidolia. Well, I may or may not have it, but you're not. These are most likely wood. Now that you think of it, I mean, I didn't realize. Yeah, wood. I guess I've heard of petrified wood. Yeah, I don't know what. Oh, I don't know. It looks like it could have been a face. I guess this could be wood. Looks like wood. Now it all looks like wood. That would explain the color. Hmm. How about that? Mystery solved. That would explain the different colors you're getting and all that. Now, doesn't that look like wood? Especially there on the top. 100% looks like wood. Look, this. I bet you this was. Well, who knows? See these cuts right here and here? Those are for eyes. That's a nose. There's eyes and a nose. Somebody went through. I mean, that's conceivable. Granted, the giant 3D printer that was, cast making these things at a factory. Okay, that was a stretch. But the faces are not a stretch. These are faces. That's a half a face. I don't care what anybody says. And look, it's chiseled out of wood. There you go. Thanks, Wise Up. Doesn't matter. Nobody. Look, there's a face that going that direction. Yeah. And that's what. Look, I bet you that's why it's like a lighter color. That would make sense. And that's cut out there. These look like that looks like another giant head. I mean, there's plenty of giant heads all around. See that lion? It still has the paint on it. There's another face. Now I don't have to worry about, sounding crazy because how do you move this guy around? I should be doing this on like full screen, I think. One of these days I'm going to get the hang of this. Now it just looks like wood to me. Now that's a little face. You see that face? It's an eye, a nose, a mouth. That's a snake. That's a little cutout for probably an eye. There's another face right there. That's a face. Now I know it could look like there's a face when you got like a knot in wood, but this is carved into that. That's a lion's head, and there's still some paint on it. There's the paint. There's some more. Boy, I wish I had my screen was like a little bigger. Maybe I can, let's see. Zoom out. Can I zoom out? See what that does. Okay, I like that a little better. Okay. I don't know if you can see the cursor, but there's a face. There's faces all over in this thing. Okay, now we're talking. There's see the old man in the middle? So he's carved. Totally conceivable. Okay, so see these lines? That's what I was trying to point out. Now, these go this way. Nobody carved this wood. I mean, this wasn't right. And there's like a rat head or something, right? Or a mouse or a lion. Lots of lions, they're talking about, or lion heads. And if you step back on these roadside retaining walls, see there's an eye. I don't know if you see the cursor, but it's like a mosaic. It's artwork. Whoever, when this was new, the highway was decorated. Now that's actually from a 3D printer. My cousin's got one here at the house. There's that dog head again. It stayed like that a while. I mean, I'm not gonna convince anybody on that one, but how do we get back to? No, what's this? Just more dog head. Okay. Oh, what's he doing now? There he is. He's got his tongue out. I don't know. Be careful driving, taking pictures of clouds and stuff. This was kind of weird. Like sometimes they don't always show up, but there's like, I don't know. I guess like a lot of what I would consider devil head looking characters. I don't know what that was. Oh, that guy again. Am I going the wrong way? Okay. Look. They had to put these things in to hold the facade on, because when this falls off, that's what they call falling rocks. See these bolts? There's your smoking gun. You see how this comes in tiers, like like how you would build if anybody's ever done any landscaping. That's how you build a retaining wall, and that's what this is, a retaining wall. And there's a face right there. Right there is a face, and looks like most of it came off. Okay, I got some other examples where this stuff it comes off. They put like nets over it so rocks don't fall on people. But look, see there's a pattern in here. This is different than that. It's a whole, you got to step back on it, but the whole thing is a wall of artwork. It's 100% artwork. Everybody's driven past it a gazillion times and never noticed it, myself included. This is artwork. No doubt about it. There's a face there. It's hard to see with the net, but but look at the what is it called? There's whatever that's tied in with to keep it from chipping off. If you can see right in the middle of this retaining wall. Yep. Right there in the middle where that's cut out. That's the guy's mouth. There's his eyes. There's another head. These aren't good pictures because I was driving. Here? Where's the end of the? Okay, where's the thing? How do I keep this thing moving? Can you see the faces? There you go. There's one at the very top. That's perfect. Figures the best ones I couldn't stop for. I'll go back. I don't even know where these are. Oh, look at that. If anybody says that's rocks, that's random, well, they'd be in the majority of the world. Okay, so isn't this cool? Look, it's a face, there's a nose and an eye going one direction. Okay? If you look at it like as you're approaching the wall at like a 45-degree angle, you're going to see this face. Now there's another eye and a nose for a different angle, right? So it like those lenticular kind of, look, that's a face, that's a something right here. See how there's a face, there's noses, eyes everywhere. There's like a dinosaur. Whatever. See, I mean, well, where's the arrow? Okay. Even that might have been wood, I guess. Now this certainly, I don't know. But now to think that this was stone with little faces in it, yeah, that sounds kind of nuts. But the faces are absolutely there. And if you want to say, oh, it's random because that's just how wood grows, okay, you can say that. can say that all you want. All right, here's another one. You can see they put the I think, okay, there's a face on the bottom, but I think they had some of those supports to hold this thing together. All right, so that's a face. That's a face. This might have chipped off. See the nose, but the facade part falls off. See, I think all this fell off, the middle part. You can see where they like, that's the backing, I guess. And this is some other, I don't know, something. And this is all over the country. Like this thing, it might, all the, like the facade might have fell off. Oh, they got a net over it. Look how tight that is to the road. But kind of, it's fun to the imagination. Who made all this? Well, you know, who are we? What's going on here? See, that's a face, hair, and I guess that's what it would look like if it petrified, right? It would dry out. It'd get all these cracks, but you can still see the colorations too. Like it was painted. Um, Super high tech, neat looking artwork. Really cool artwork. Like these dark spots, like the black and the other. I think that some of this is paint. Oh, what's that? Okay, look, right there in the middle. You see that head coming down like a snake or a dog or something? There's another face. Almost looks like it's charred a little, but that's what charred wood would kind of look like. Um, I don't know what would have to happen for it to turn to concrete, but or some stone or whatever we call stone. Okay, there we go. All right, there you can see how it's constructed in layers. They're like 2 foot sections. And this one's all beat up, but sometimes each row put together makes a face. Like now I know. I mean, okay. Uh-oh, what's that? Oh, okay. I thought maybe the video messed up. See, everything's like different patterns, different must have been different that's some kind of fish when you step back. All right, this one's pretty neat looking. If you okay, this one's really cool. I guess those were faces. Maybe who know? Oh, you know what? Maybe there were giant trees, and they carved like into the tree. I don't know. Uh, but this is definitely artwork because you're gonna have like very uniform, stuff like there's little heads, medium, and it's all like mosaic together. See, they put a little they throw faces in next to the faces even. You see how they got a little face next to in the eye, next to the nose? Like these were some artists. Look how good that, look at how they had the nose, nostril, and here's like a half a face. I'm just thinking this cannot be just random. See, these are cut like little chipped. It's the same art type artist. Like, you know, they keep repeating. There's a little face. Did I zoom all the way in? Maybe it's hard to tell when you're real zoomed in, but all right. Moving right along. Okay, here it is, stepping back. I mean, now it's kind of fun to think. What if there was a tree? Oh yeah, there's the face right in the middle. Let's zoom in on that face. See, it's like a half a head. There's an eye, nose, mouth. They cut a nose, a mouth, an eye. Same type artist. Or, you know, this thing on top, whatever that is. Let's see what that's supposed to be. It's really cool. It almost like see that face? There's like this. How'd they get up there? Must have had jet powered shoes back then. Or at least the wood carvers did. I guess that's could that have been wood? That would explain the grain that you see in rocks, right? Why do rocks have grain? Grain to them. And what are they? What are they anyway? All right. This one is really cool. Because you can see, I think this is paint. Still. Yeah, I think I got. See, I just threw some random ones up here because all I wanted to do was show those rocks with the holes in them. And I don't even know, I've gone off on a little bit of a tangent. And I mean, if you can't see those faces, then I guess you should watch television or something. Like that. This is a nose. That's an eye. An eye. I don't think it was meant to be so camouflaged when it was. Before it petrified. Now, if this didn't petrify and it wasn't wood, now that's a mystery. I don't know what that is. I think standing back, that could be like there's one. I got some. I think that's paint. I really do. I think that's paint. Is anybody seeing that? See this little guy's these faces? It's the same style. Here. There's a nose, an eye. Look. See, I wonder if the cursor is showing up. But anyway, maybe I've gone on long enough about. That's like some kind of. Can this zoom anymore? All right, so I'm gonna zoom, take it back a little. All right. Oh boy. Well, you can see the one face in the middle right there. I mean, there's so many faces. All right, so have I covered? Have I covered enough material today? And there's your retaining wall art, and whatever that is, and some water features. I don't know what this is, but I'll bet you could go in it at one time. This fur looks a little weird, huh? Well, I guess that's a wrap. Yeah, what is it? Anybody know what this thing is? That's weird looking, right? That's Yellowstone. Okay, now there's where you can see the facade fell off right here, and this is the artwork. It's all messed up looking now, but you can see it was something. Right? That's an elephant man head with a hat. If I've ever seen one. Just standard elephant man head hat guy. Now this all makes sense. These faces everywhere. See that dog head with the Egyptian style bonnet and that something? I mean, they could have been trees that people carved into stuff. That looked like a monkey head. These could have been trees. They could be dwellings. There's no I haven't seen any doorways or windows. That's a face. I mean, I guess that they had chainsaws. Look, if that ain't a head, you know, that is a head on top of something. I mean, it's hard to fathom that this could be artwork just for the sake of artwork, but I guess it could be. Or it was a tree, or they're using it as a retaining wall. That's just a rock. Huh. I mean, look, that's obvious. Look at the workmanship that went into that thing. This place might be older. Well, who knows? Oh, we guess it's stuff like that. But did you ever notice all the cities from the Bible are pretty much in every state? I mean, yes, the same names. And that, you know, clearly there's a face, there's a straight line. This, I don't know. This is all constructed. But I don't think it melted. It might have melted, but the ones that melted just look a little different. All right, and I think that's where I started, and let's I guess I'll stop right there. Now this was pretty interesting. Corkscrew. You see in the corkscrew, right? That's a corkscrew design. I don't know. Okay, I guess that's a wrap. How long have I been gone? Holy smokes. Okay. That's all. Stay tuned for who knows what is coming next. Thanks. Goodbye.